We want to update you on what is going on in the Sarah Boone case. Things keep coming up. The prosecution upset over some discovery that they were handed apparently this morning, some JPEG images on a drive. So they have asked the judge for a hearing, a Richardson hearing. They are crying foul. Let's see what the judge says outside the presence of the jury that still hasn't even been picked yet. But there's Sarah. She's in the courtroom. We'll also find out about her snack request.
New developments in the suitcase murder trial. A jury has finally been selected in the case against Sarah Boone.
And today there was a lot more back and forth over whether evidence can be used to support the battered spouse syndrome defense.
We finally have a jury in the Sarah Boone trial. Jury selection had been going on for the last 4 days. Now, the state was hoping to get to opening statements this afternoon, but that was all kind of pushed back because of a hearing. So Sarah Boone is accused of zipping her boyfriend, George Torres, up in a suitcase and leaving him to die during a drunken game of hide and seek back in 2020. The defense says Torres had his hand out of the suitcase and Boone hit his hand with a baseball bat, as she believed if he got out, he'd hurt her. That was all kind of pushed back because of a hearing. Let's talk about evidence regarding the battered spouse syndrome, which is the defense that Sarah Boone's attorneys would like to use. So the state laid out their case today, essentially saying Boone cannot claim self-defense if there was nothing that happened to push her to defend herself. The state adding she claims she feared for her life after she already zipped him up in the suitcase and hit him with the bat. Boone sat there without expression as the assistant state attorney read the transcript of the cell phone video that investigators say shows Boone filmed Torres inside the suitcase while he was pleading for his life, and you hear Sarah telling him to shut up.
F you. I can't effing breathe, Sarah. You should probably shut the F up. Sarah. Shh. That's our case. That is an evinced, depraved mind, conscious disregard for whether he lives or dies, whether she put him in there or not. She let him remain for 2 minutes during that video.
Now, the defense argues previous abuse is relevant to the charges she is facing because it's what pushed her to be scared for her safety. According to court documents, Torres had been arrested in 2019 for domestic violence against Boone. The defense finished their questioning of the panel of potential jurors, asking them about self-defense, among other questions.
At any time in your life, have you felt or did you have to defend yourself? Is it anyone in the panel by show of your paddles that's claustrophobic? Sometimes people drink alcohol and just get downright mean. Do you agree with that? Raise your paddle.
Now, again, we officially have our jury, or the jury for Sarah Boone's trial, and opening statements will start tomorrow morning at 9. And just an update, Sarah Boone, as I mentioned the other day, had requested snacks in the courtroom. She asked for chips, candy, Pop-Tarts, boxes of juice. That was denied today.
The prosecution upset over some discovery that they were handed apparently this morning. So they have asked the judge for a hearing, a Richardson hearing. They are crying foul.
Number 2 is the 119 new JPEG pages, reporting to be from Winter Park Advent Health, and they're a little bit different than the 81 pages that I previously received.
Okay. So the ruling remains the same. Court's going to reserve, address the Richardson hearing tomorrow, and you were to provide an edited version of those records that you seek to offer into evidence. Mr. Owens, before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Regarding the paragraph number 2, regarding the Winter Park Advent Health records, the 119 that we gave him this morning.
That is correct, sir. With regard to the witnesses that have been identified by the defense in paragraph 60 of the state's response, those witnesses will be excluded if not deposed prior to being called as witnesses, and the defense shall pay for any and all expedited transcripts.
All right, Judge, the same should apply to them. There were 3 people that they gave us late that we didn't have before.
FDLE analyst that is substituting for an analyst that is unavailable during the trial period, so in an effort to not continue the case, we've got a substitute analyst, so that's our reason for the late disclosure on her. And who were the other two? Those are the 911 dispatchers. If we end up having to call them, then that's fine. We will pay for the expedited transcripts. From what I would expect, will not be lengthy nor expensive.
Has the FDLE analyst that was originally set to testify been deposed in this matter?
Mr. Cacciatore does not believe that the defendant ever deposed that person.
Okay. All right. State will afford the same opportunity to the defense as provided by the state to the defense. Court's going to be in recess.
Sarah Boone with a look there. She didn't react right away to the motion for snacks being denied. She will receive what everybody else receives.